Okay, sorry. Something changed on Twitter, and I had to get rid of that one. And let me see. It should be good to go on Insta. Doesn't look like it yet. Bear with me, people.
Put the stream key in.
Okay, I think I messed up Instagram, but we're gonna get going and I will post it. It's been a while. Thank you everyone for joining in. Yo, season 2. Now, the reason we're doing this, and for those who are streaming, just so y'all know, we're on Twitch, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook Live, and it shows Instagram, but I think the Instagram is not working. But y'all were the battery in my back, the gas, the wind in my sails. I wouldn't even have this going if it wasn't for Steve. Went to college with Steve. We smoked some sports, won some championships. We played it all. Daniel up there, he and I, we were stationed in Germany together. We took some post championships in flag football. Steve, we ain't messing around. We played semi-pro football together too, out in Germany. Y'all know Polly Pockets, the best from the West. She doing her thing. And then we got Coach Jason Righteous Norwood. Hey, Steve, this dude actually fights. Like,
oh snap!
He was on a reality show, like a fighter reality show. He fights, man. So watch what you say, Steve, because I know you get out of pocket. I just want to you. Hey, Jason, he's over there in DC, but
you in the DMV? Okay,
right, yeah. Don't get tired trying to get to him. He's a long ways away. I'll trick him to come to town, and then you can pull up on him.
Ain't nothing but a plane ride and opportunity.
Oh snap! Hey, yo, Jay ain't really like a sports dude. But he from Jersey, so we gonna give him the Giants, right, Steve?
I'm sorry, blue people.
You know what I mean? We gonna make him a Giants lover.
Hold on, time out. Wait, back up. I can park for an Eagles game in 15 minutes.
Oh, you're from that part of Jersey.
Giants?
Oh, okay. Well, hey, Steve, we gotta respect him a little bit more now. Then
a little bit more, yeah,
a little bit more. Yeah, my bad, Coach. My bad, Coach. I'm out of pocket. Hey, Coach, I'm not at home right now. Coach, I'm not at home right now. I'm still in Paris. I haven't left since the Olympics, so don't pull up to the crib because I'm not there. That's why.
Okay. Whew. No, I haven't watched it. I've never seen the Giants play in their home stadium. I've only ever seen the Eagles play.
Yo, I'm surprised I didn't go. Growing up, my dad was a Giants fan. Yo,
there you go.
Hold on, Daniel, you're. Okay, I need everybody else to know this. So Daniel's from California, Steve. He's a 49ers fan. What are we going to do with him? Before I get into me, what are we going to do with Daniel?
The 49ers got a soft spot in my heart because of Kyle Shanahan. I'm a big Kyle Shanahan fan. He was on our team.
I know. We let him go.
He's got an offensive scheme that's pretty much foolproof that can make Jimmy Garoppolo look good. It can make Brock Purdy like it. Yes. Unlike Kyle Shanahan. So
yes,
and can't hate on him. So
yeah, we let him go. Yeah. And then we got Polly Pockets. Yo, she from Los Angeles. Who wants to get her first? We go Raiders, Rams. Either way, she deserves some joke. But who want to get that one first?
I mean, can you really give her the Rams? Like, is that
exactly?
I mean, we didn't have anything. They in Inglewood.
When I was there, we didn't have anything. Now we have everything.
It was all.
Wait, when you was a kid, they were the LA Rams, though. I'm sure. When you was a kid,
that was before I followed football. That doesn't count.
It don't count. Yo, Steve, she started following football during the year RG3 took us to the playoffs. If you remember,
2012.
That was a good year for her to start following.
It's a good year.
Not a good year for you, but
unfortunately,
it was a great year. It ended terribly, but it was
hold on, Steve. Wait before you show her love. The team she was rooting for that year was the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
12 got a lot of fans that year. I mean, the bandwagon fans came out in 2012 for 12. They call themselves 12. So
yeah. So she that was the team. That was the game that RG3 got hurt, right? Against them.
I mean, he was way hurt, but it snapped. The ACL snapped in that game. So yes, in DC.
Thanks a lot, Polly.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I do what I
like
can.
Some LA cat. I was gonna say California, but Red is down the road too, and I'm a little late on some payments with Jason, so he may not come defend me, and I got to deal with Big Red by himself. Yo, y'all ever heard of Riverside, California?
In passing, I've heard someone say. I don't know anything about it though.
That's where he's from. It's Red. Y'all are exactly west on what is that road that comes? It's like a main road that comes out of Los Angeles straight into Riverside, right? That highway. What is that?
It's not directly. It's about 30 to 40 minutes from LA. There's many freeways that you can get into Riverside from LA from.
My bad.
I'm familiar with Barstow, and I'm familiar with the National Training Center at Fort Irwin, California. That's and Ontario, because that's where I flew into. That's my California experience.
I want to get to it. I appreciate y'all joining. Again, thank you all for helping me out. Jason came down, did some heavy lifting. He's helped me out on the radio before. I think I mentioned that. Polly calls into the radio station. She's got a great little following. So thank you, everyone. Daniel and I did some sports episodes. So I'm going to start with this first one. Since we was talking about California. Yo, for my Cali people, they up top. On my screen, y'all up top. Wilson High School in Long Beach, California, has had an athlete at every Olympic Games over the last 72 years. Yo, Jay, are you impressed by that?
How can you not be?
I know. This is new information to me. If I knew a cat from Long Beach, they should be like, instead of repping Snoop, I would lead with this.
Did you say 72 years?
Now that he's 52, and Martha Stewart has more street cred than him. Everybody stop repping Snoop now. No offense, I love Snoop. Let me just say that for the record. But
right,
he's like Stevie Wonder with the dreads. When the hairline is all
it's time to let it go.
You gotta cut the dreads. Bro.
Yeah, it's time to let it go.
It's time
to go home.
I mean, he can crip walk all over me. I'm not trying to say that. I don't want his boys coming out looking for me. None of that mess. But you see, I'm ropping blue. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Calm down. Snoop.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, you can't help but to not be impressed by that kind of stat.
Who else can claim blue? Which one is Lil Wayne? Is he red or blue? He a Crip or he a blood?
I'm pretty sure he's a blood.
Okay. Sure. I thought he was blue. I thought he was banging that blue. Here's the one. So the high jump in this Olympic, high jumper Rachel Glenn and then water polo player Max Irving, they're the ones that were in this Olympic. And they added to Wilson's reputation as Olympic sports powerhouse by qualifying. Those two qualified for 2024. So let me just say something here.
Here's the thing, though. We got to talk about this really quick because I work in public education now, right?
Right.
And I can tell you one of the reasons why California, not just the size of the state, but will always have somebody in the Olympics. You want to know why?
Why?
Because they spend a lot of money on their schools. A lot of money on their schools.
What? Really?
Yes. California spends a lot more money than Texas does on their public schools.
Okay. Yo, Red, what was it like growing up out in Riverside? Did you feel like y'all had a good football stadium?
Yeah. Hey, Long Beach needs to share some of that money then, because in Riverside, we ain't getting that love.
Yeah, no. Hey, now nobody spends money like Texas football. Nobody.
That's true.
Nobody spends money like Texas football.
Long Beach is officially called Orange County. If y'all remember, there were the Real Housewives of Orange County. That's officially Orange County out there. That's different. That ain't Los Angeles. Polly Pockets. Them ain't your peoples, right? The OC.
Are you sure it's OC in Long Beach?
Yeah.
I thought it was always other counties, but
I'm pretty sure
it's all SoCal, man. They're all the same, right?
It's all lumped together. Nobody cares outside of California.
So the last time that Wilson didn't have an athlete at the Summer Olympics, Harry Truman was the president. Gas cost 26 cents a gallon. Credit cards hadn't been invented yet. And of course, now they weren't at the 1980 Olympics, but y'all remember the U.S. boycotted those. So I wanted to be a little more serious about that one and cover all the facts. But I was just wondering if that was going to impress y'all. I got another little point I'm a little curious about. So this one is. Let me get these banners.
Hold on, D, real quick though. I mean, I apologize to interrupt you. I would be remiss if I didn't throw a plug for Montgomery County, Maryland, where I live. Right outside of Washington D.C. suburbs, mile from the line, from the D.C. line. We had 6 athletes from Montgomery County, Maryland, and bring home 9 medals in the Olympics.
God,
the 16-year-old Quincy Wilson.
Yeah, Bullis.
Quincy Orchard High School. No, Quincy Orchard out in Gaithersburg. Katie Ledecky, swimming. Like all these people come from Montgomery County. We brought home 9 medals to my county alone, man. They did some work.
Man, y'all only probably got like 40,000 people in that county, right? Maryland is only so big.
It's big, man. Montgomery County is huge, man. That's where all the DC money comes to live. That in Fairfax. So.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd throw a plug out there, man.
Nah, appreciate that. Yo, Jay knows he spent some time over in Maryland. I know he went down Baltimore, Maryland, Annapolis.
From there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta say Baltimore.
So I need to get. Oh yeah, Baltimore. Just say Old Bay, and then you know what they're doing out there.
Yeah.
Yo, we gonna do a little point of view. All right, y'all. Malik B. He's a content creator on social media. He did a skit about debuting your girl to the world. And the first time you take this girl outside, but everybody knows her in the city. The first time you take her outside, everybody knows her. In the skit, they were going to an event. And as soon as they got to the gate to get into the event, he couldn't get in. But the guy at the door looked at his girl and he knew the girl. Now, I need y'all to help me with this. What happens when you find out she's pretty well known? That now when y'all was dating, when y'all was up in the crib, she said she's a homebody, and that's what she kept telling you. She's I don't really do anything. I'm a homebody. And then there's another instance in that skit when they're at a concert, and then after the guy introduces his girl to a dude, like he was trying to impress the girl by saying, "Hey, I know this dude. He's gonna be performing tonight," and the dude was like, "Oh, hey, I know her." He's like, "Wait, you want to come on stage?" And the guy said, "Well, she ain't like that." Dude, she immediately left his side, went up on stage, started twerking. She turned up on stage. We're going to start with you, Daniel. What happens, man? You take that girl outside and everybody know her. The whole city.
All right, man. So I'm going to say it like this, right? We're talking about Long Beach and beaches in there. So I'm going to say ride the wave. Jump on that board and ride the wave, man. We have concerts. We have ball games. Hey, let's go.
Yo, I could appreciate that. Before I go to anyone else, Polly, I would love to have your take.
Yeah, well, was he getting in or would he have to wait outside?
He got in because of her.
Okay, then just ride the wave. Keep on riding it.
Dad, hold on. Oh, you know what? Jay, help me out here. I need to know your thoughts here because these two got me confused. Jay.
Yeah, y'all off the chain.
Okay, thank you.
That only works for one night. We're gonna ride the wave that night, and then we ain't never gonna have another night ever.
Yo, Steve.
Yeah,
and everybody know her, bro.
You had me halfway through the story. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I can deal with that. Maybe she has a side I didn't know, but when you told her to get on stage and she's doing that stuff, I'm good. I'm with Jay. Hey, milk it all night as long as you can, and be like, hey, girl, I'm unless you're into that sort of thing and you don't care. I'm good for that one night, good experience. But if you can't be, if that's the side of you didn't want to say, I'm good. I'll pass.
But she said she's a homebody. That means she's got skeletons in her closet, like I got hats.
Hey, home is where you lay your head at night. So
Steve, you're right.
Yeah.
See, you use that definition. People be having homes 16 blocks long. I'm not trying to live that life.
Straight up. Yep.
Yo, same thing, point of view. I'm gonna start with you this time, Steve. A man out of the blue just DM'd your wife. He DM'd her, and he said he'd pay her $100,000 for a picture of her feet. Yo, Steve, what you doing?
Oh, honey, let's take that picture. His feet. Who cares? It could be my feet. We'll send it. Who cares, man? His feet. Anything else is a little more incriminating, but his feet. There is no
no questions. He didn't.
None at all. Actually, we can just download a picture off the internet and say it's our picture. Like,
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Here's my Cash App. Boom, go.
Daniel, what you doing, bro?
Not riding that wave.
Oh wait, you're not gonna ride that wave though?
Yo, he got me confused. He rode the other wave. This one,
You said wife. You said wife. The other one was just a chick. You know what I mean? There's a difference there.
This is non-attributable feet.
I'm gonna go. I might go with Steve though. I'll probably Google. I might even take my feet because first of all, I might also ask how you know about her feet and like you know what I mean. But that might be the lead up to another question. But
we'll worry about that later.
Yeah. Man, now you got me wondering, Polly, what you gonna do, girl?
Send it. Give me that money.
Yeah, at least she's at 100. So Jay, you taking a picture?
Bro, for 100K, I already found a picture in my photos, in my Facebook, sent it, and asked him, does he want somebody else's feet? Bet money.
There's more where that came from, sir.
I told y'all Jay was a fighter. He gonna be out here in the streets, be like, "Hey man, your girl look like she got some good feet. Let me get a picture of that."
For real, because what you gonna do with? Yo, I don't even want to know what you're gonna do with picture feet. But here's my thing: I've been married for so many years, 17 years.
Yeah.
I just don't. You want a picture of her feet? Go ahead. Go ahead. You talking about home is where you lay your head at? I know where she is.
You can have a pick. Okay.
You can have a pick.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Knees for another 100K? I'll send you her knees too.
Yo. Different point. This one's a relationship one. So who's good relationship? This man been married for 17 years. We may have to leave with you because that no. Yo, Big Red. How long you been married? 21. Get it low. Okay.
21.
Big Red. You got to get this one
Jack.
first. And respect, dog. Respect. We all trying to get there. Yo, DNA tests after 50 years of marriage, the father says, "You know what? These kids are ugly." And they don't look like me. They look like they came off the street. His actual words. They can't be mine. He said, one time I came home and a car took off down the street. They came back. They came from the back of the house is what he said. Now, your mom says that guy was the repairman. So the judge reads out the results. 1, there's 3 kids. First kid, second kid, third kid. None of them belong to the OG. He's been married for 50 years and just found out all 3 kids are not his. And he always kind of knew it. Yo, Big Red, what you going to do, man?
So I'm going to break it down for you, right? This is how it started. The repair guy asked for pictures of her feet. He sent a picture of the feet. Then he asked for pictures of the knees. He got the pictures of the knees. Do I need to go on anymore?
No, you don't. No. Yo,
I perfect to you. If he don't already had 3 of your kids, he ain't asking for pictures. He already got them.
That's true. Yo, Polly, before you answer, I just need you to know when they were in court, when this came out, she started crying. So I'm gonna see if that little heartfelt tug of the heart moment will change your answer. But what's your thoughts, Polly?
You gotta applaud her for keeping it quiet for 50 years. At that point,
that's game right there.
I mean, I guess he could have asked 10 years ago. Maybe wait, not necessarily 50 years ago, but that's on him at that point. He invested all that time and money.
Damn.
Keep it moving.
She ain't got no love. She said, that's what you get, dumbass. What, Steve? What you gonna do, bro? 50 years of marriage.
I mean, so I've watched enough like Judge Judy and these shows to know how this thing goes. Like, if you love those kids, it don't matter if they're your kids or not. I mean, you still raise them as your own. You know what I mean? Like, if I raise these kids as my own, even if they weren't my own, I would still treat the kids like my children, right? At that point, 50 years, is it really worth disrupting all that nonsense? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much to break down there. If it's a bad look, but sometimes some things are better left not knowing the answer to. But if you hate those little rugrats, hey, do it. But if you love those kids, man, you know what I mean? It's a little bit of, you didn't go down that road. You didn't. But that's where my head took you, man.
Steve, I'm so impressed that you're such a what a gentleman. Okay, I gotta know. Yo, Jay, what you gonna do, man?
So I cheated because I already know the situation you're talking about, and I saw it. It actually happened. And yes, it actually happened. I saw it probably about 3 months ago. It was one of those, custody court kind of deals. And the dude had been married. It wasn't 50 years. It was 30 years. But his kids were grown.
Okay.
Grown. And, and the worst part was his excuse was the kids are ugly. That's what I'm like. You telling your grown kids they ugly, and that's what it was. So I'm kind of like, well, obviously you must not like them kids too much. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You calling grown ass men and women ugly. But I'm also, I had this conversation. I was in the Army too, and my first deployment when I was in command, I talked to my XO about it because he had 6 kids, and none of his kids looked the same. They all looked like cousins. And I'm certain there was no type of infidelity in his relationship. Certain beyond a shadow of a doubt. But he always said, you know what? If they wasn't my kids, I wouldn't want to know.
Okay.
So that was a relationship he had with his wife. For me, if it's 30 years, I'm not going to ask the question because it's too late. I don't want it. And if I want to know, I'm probably setting up a reason to leave her anyway. It's something.
Yeah. Man, respect. I like you and Steve saying I already in love with the kids, and I can't say I was thinking y'all were gonna go there. I thought everybody was gonna be like, I'm happy, we out. But this is why we getting your point of view on relationships.
And if we've been married for 50 years, I'm probably like 70 years old at that point. Like, just let me live the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all been checking the dating pool recently. All right, but I'm around kids that are of dating age. I'm dealing with college athletes. It's not good out there.
No,
it's not good. It's not very good. My sister is 35 years old, right?
Yeah.
She's been engaged 3 times.
Hey, it's hard out here.
It's hard.
I'm celebrating 10 years of marriage at the end of this year. And let me just say, there were some people that was single telling us not to get together. They still single, no ring on it. They was trying to give us relationship advice, telling me not to get with, because I'm a little older than my wife. They was telling me, don't get with that pretty young thing. Come on, man. What if I would listen to it's hard out here. It's hard out here.
I was there on that night. I was there that day. We were Alexandria, remember?
Yes.
Man.
We had dinner.
Okay. That is true. He did come through. Steve, you're a real one. All right, we're gonna come to this next one. You come over to your boy's house with your girl for the first time, and you introduce the girl. And as soon as you come in, you say, "Hey, I gotta go use the bathroom. Where's it at?" And then your girl answers and tells you exactly where the bathroom is at, but you didn't know where it was. And you look back at your boy who's looking at you just like this. What's the first thing you're going to say, Jason? Jay, what's the first thing you're going to say? Let me give you the look.
It's already happened.
Yeah.
I've been there, done it, got the t-shirt. It's good for the night.
You're going to ride the wave.
You're going to ride the wave just for the night. Just for the night. I mean, why not? Why not? I've already spent the gas money to go get her behind.
No doubt.
I have invested a meal.
Yo.
Just for
Yo, Big Red, since you've been married for so long, you may not even remember what the game looked like. But what about it, bro? What if this happened? What you doing?
Tag team off the rope.
I wasn't ready for that. Hold on, Steve. You've been a little sentimental. You're the only one that's got a heart. I could tell out of these people. Steve, what you doing? You know you into her.
Hey, you probably ride that wave for that night. Make the best of it. Wait, and then you talk to your boy because you know he ain't gonna lie to you. Hey man,
right?
And then he's gonna be like, "Listen, you have my seconds," or he's gonna be like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So it's gonna be one or the other, and either way, I think it will work itself out.
I wasn't ready for this, Polly. I gotta know what if you got a friend who's a dude and he told you this scenario, what you telling that dude? You got a brother. What if this happened to your brother? What you gonna tell him?
So I want to know the friend play Ray J's I Hit It First.
Oh,
before he broke the news.
Not. Oh, he better not. He better not. Polly, you wrong, girl.
I gotta know though. Did he? Yeah. Did he not? Just let us know. Just pick a tune for it.
Hey,
and then
he picked up his cell phone and he went whoop, and started playing that song.
And then the guy, man, I mean, you're there, ride that wave. That's up to you at that point. I mean, you're already there. She's there too.
The second you walk in, why are you like, hey, let me talk to you. Can I talk to you 1 second?
Yeah.
I would expect that.
What if he was in shock? What if he was like,
no, he's got to pull you aside. If it's your boy, he's like, hey, bro, hey, let me holler at you right quick.
Yeah. And then she's going to know that, or he or she's going to know.
No, wait a minute, Jason. Steve, sometimes you're stuck. Like your breath is taken from you. You're just like,
sleep.
You're just like, and you're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Like, what if you're stuck?
Well, here's the thing. I've been the dude. It didn't work out that she walked into my house, but I've been the dude who I was like, oh.
Yo.
And I was, you know what I mean? And the first thing before I let her recognize me at all, I was like, yo, D, man, what's good with you, man? Let me holler at you real quick. My mom called. Yeah, I had to tell him. You can't do that.
I appreciate it.
You can't do that. That's not
y'all some good friends. All right. Big Red, I'm gonna start with this because clearly your relationship is the most solid. So you can answer this. Look, your wife probably ain't gonna watch this. She ain't gonna watch this episode anyway. But yo, you're in the grocery store. And just bear with me though. You're in the grocery store and J-Lo is standing in front of you. She's in some leggings, and this is prime J-Lo. And remember, her back is turned to you. She's trying to buy her groceries, and it costs $200. And she's $200 short. She turns and looks at you. You know, like, what you doing, Big Red? You helping? What you doing?
Yeah, I'm you know, whether it's J-Lo or not, man. If there's somebody who needs some assistance in the grocery store and she happens to be J-Lo, I'm a hop out. I'm a stand-up guy, man. You know what I mean? I'm a help her. You said her back was turned, right?
Yeah.
I'm helping her out.
Just looking at her from the back.
I'm gonna help her out. Yeah.
He had to clarify the view. Polly, let's say you're in line watching this whole scenario, and the brother looks back at you like, "Hey, what do you think I should do, lady? What you gonna tell him?"
That's not J-Lo. And what is she buying that she's short $200? Because she should be covering his groceries at that point, not the other way around. So he might need to get his eyes checked.
Women are so practical. That's a great answer. Yo, Jay, what you doing? What you doing? J-Lo, she looked back at you.
I'm with her. Ain't no reason J-Lo is ever short $200.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I am now. Let me state for the record. I was a poor kid. I have helped out a number of families in the grocery store line in my lifetime. Right?
Yeah.
I may or may not have helped out single moms who were wearing some leggings with the appropriate fillings in those leggings. That may or may not have happened. All right.
Right.
But if it's J-Lo, and I'm sure it's J-Lo,
yes,
you don't need my money.
Oh, dang. Man, y'all got some. Okay, wait, before I say paint y'all all with a brush, Steve, what you doing?
I mean, is this? I guess it depends. Is this Mary J Lo to Ben Affleck?
Prime.
Mary J Lo to Derek Jeter? Single J
Prime,
Lo,
the very best you've ever seen her.
And single,
and she's single.
I mean, I guess if you don't even do you know it's her? Or do
you know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's her. You know it's her.
You know what? Just because in this scenario, I know she can clearly afford what she has, and I would probably do it just because maybe there'll be another good. Maybe she'll. Hey, here's $1,000 to help me out. I know I couldn't because they got money to burn like that. Hey, here's a good deal. You didn't have to do this.
Okay, see,
here's a band. There you go.
He threw a curveball. I thought I knew where you were going, and then you went. It started on that outside of the plate, and that thing cut in quick.
But if I didn't know it was J-Lo, I would do just like for everyone else says. You don't know. Times are hard, man. You don't know what people are going through, and I mean,
man, y'all got some restraint. Again, this is why did I get a bunch of monks and a nun? Y'all some nice people, man. All right. Bear with me on this one. I know I'm gonna just say it. Australian breakdancer Rachel Gunn has learned the hard way after her performance in the 2024 games. It transferred into an instant internet sensation. The 36-year-old university lecturer who doubles as a B-girl with the stage street name Ray Gun was hailed as a highlight of the Paris Olympics. Thanks to her unique kangaroo-inspired routine, she was awarded a total of 0 points in the round-robin stage of the contest. So it turns out that this monstrosity and colonizer of the culture is actually a college professor with a PhD in cultural studies, concentrating in breakdancing. Fellas, Mademoiselle, let's start with you, Polly Pockets. What you feel about Ray Gun?
Well, at least she'll live in infamy on the internet as a meme.
Yes, there it is.
You know, with all the HOA, patrol police on Facebook can put her in their yard and say, like, stay out of my yard, or I'm gonna complain about you. So she's got that for at least the next month. I wish her longer.
Yo, Daniel, what's up with Ray Gun? You down with her?
So the only thing I keep asking myself, right, is how does she qualify? Like, they don't screen, or they didn't do a performance, or they didn't, like, how does she even, there's obviously something else going on with Australia's auditing system that, like, that's the only thing I keep asking myself. How does she qualify for that? Like, that's beyond me. That's the only thing I can think about. Like, I can't get past that part of it. It was embarrassing.
If no one else says it, I'll get back to that. Steve.
There's no pre-ranger for breakdancing, I guess, apparently in Australia. But I'm with you guys. It ruined the perfect opportunity. I mean, American culture is global anyways, but it ruined the perfect opportunity to bring something new, something flavorful, and to bring the culture to the rest of the world. They're probably not going to bring this back ever because of that monstrosity. Like, you had an opportunity to bring so much more flavor to the world in the Olympics. Yeah, you can question whether it's a sport or not, but it's more of a sport than shooting. But it's just a blown opportunity. Like the B-Boys, Bronx, 1960s, like that could have been the spotlight. And now we have to deal with this. And I get it. Hey, props to her for doing what she hey, no fear. I respect her, but it ruined the potential. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, Jay, you riding with Ray Gun?
D, I need you to tell him why she made it to the Olympics.
So her husband was the coach.
And
yeah, look at everybody's reaction. Oh, okay, we get it.
And he runs the only qualifier that happened in the entirety of Australia.
Yes. So does that? Oh, y'all don't look.
A little bit of nepotism in there.
He ruined it for everyone, basically.
Yeah.
So just a little add on. So she has not gone back to Australia yet. The Australian people are mad. It's like, you did that, girl. So there's some negativity that she doesn't want to deal with. And if y'all didn't see all the videos of people making them, you better hurry up because they're slowly coming down. The reason is that footage is owned by the IOC, and the IOC is sticking to their copyright laws, and they come in for everybody. So don't repost it. Don't send it out. For those that are listening and watching, yes, the IOC ain't playing. They say we own this footage and we coming for all y'all, and we slowly are taking this stuff down. So that they took all the fun out of that. I thought y'all was gonna be impressed that she had a PhD. Anybody impressed by that?
Here's another thing, because I did a lot of research on this because, bro, I don't know, y'all military, maybe y'all sleep better than I do. I don't sleep. So I was up. I was like, this is ridiculous. It's not no possible way. That's when I found out about her husband. I found out about they were only running one qualifier. But then I also went across the post, and I don't know if this is true, but she is a professor in culture. And there was an assertion that she did a horrible dance as a protest to cultural appropriation, which, if that's the case, that's another layer. I'm not saying that she was right for doing that. I'm not saying she was wrong for doing that. But if that is true, that brings another layer to it. Because when I saw that, I was, wrestling's in the Olympics, so I am in the Olympics.
Yes.
And so, when I saw that, I lost my mind, and I was doing backstory searches and whatnot. And there is a possibility that it's not everything that was. I don't know if it's true, but there's a possibility. I've seen it twice that was actually a statement of her for cultural appropriation. And okay.
All right, we're gonna pivot to another one, and this one's a sports take. Carmelo Anthony says he wouldn't trade his gold medals for an NBA championship. Daniel, would you trade?
Man, if I didn't have an NBA championship, I'd probably say the same thing.
I know you got to give credence to what you've earned. I like your thinking. Yo, Polly, you trading your gold medals for NBA championship?
No, because I can try every year to try to, hopefully be good enough to get an NBA championship. But the Olympics are only once every 4 years.
I like that.
So I'm gonna keep that medal.
I'm coming to you last, Coach. Yo, Steve, you trading?
As previously said, Carmelo doesn't have a ring, so this is projection first and foremost. However, representing your country around the world at the Olympics is probably the highest honor you could probably. I don't care if we have the dream team or not. Like, we put our best players out there, beat us. You know what I mean? Like, so no, I would not trade my gold medal. And plus, those things are actually, they give you, if I'm not mistaken, is it 50K, or every country pays different prices? Not that they need the money, but a lot of those medals end up as cash for the athletes that compete. And no, I would not trade in my gold medal for an NBA championship.
Yo, Coach, you're the closest out of any of us that had a chance at the Olympics. Could you tell us a little bit? How close did you get to the Olympic trials?
I got called home a month before the Olympic trials. Well, before nationals, which is how you get seated for Olympic trials.
So you had an opportunity. You were good enough to go to nationals.
What sport was this in?
Wrestling.
Wrestling. Nice.
Yeah. So I was on the All-Army wrestling team. We were prepping for nationals and for senior nationals. And I had made All-American the year prior. So this was going to be my year to go out and do some stuff. And, nationals is how you get seated for the Olympic trials. And so, it would have been a world team that year, actually, because that wasn't an Olympic quadrennium. That was 2007. It was not an Olympic quadrennium. So on that note, I've had guys that were both world team members and Olympic team members that said for wrestling, now this is specific to wrestling, worlds was harder because there was more people in the tournament. Yeah, if you look at how Olympics is run, they run a top 8, and if you make it out of your pool, you know what I mean? Worlds was a harder tournament. For wrestling, Worlds is a harder tournament. So a golden Worlds, even though it happens every year, is more, it can be more indicative of you being the best in the world. Now, to that end, I would argue that the Olympics is much more you being the best in the world than the NBA championship. Because it's everybody. The United States is notorious for being like, yeah, we're having a world championship, and it's us and one team from Canada. Like that's world championship, my ass. You know what I mean? So I would say I would definitely take the Olympic gold over NBA championship. Just me personally.
I got to do this one. Let me see. Steve's gonna be disappointed in me because I don't have the banner for this. So I'm gonna leave. You know what? That's gonna be point of view. I saw this on social media. A beauty supply store in Atlanta got evicted, and all that product was on the streets in Atlanta. Daniel, you've traveled the world. You know about Hotlanta. You know the demographics. Yo, who you calling? You calling somebody to tell them?
Man. So you mean like, am I calling like the police? Am I calling like some friends to come and help get some products? Well,
it's whatever. It's who you calling?
Who you calling? Man, I'm probably gonna call Dougie Fresh, man, to come and help me.
Let's go get some product.
Yo, I don't know who I'm calling, man, because maybe like serialized or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like I might just throw I might just get on the, I'm not a big social media guy, but I might just throw it out there. I might throw a line out there. You know what I mean? Why not? I paid $200 for J-Lo's groceries. I might as well go ahead and help everybody else out.
Now that's a bleeding heart. Yo, Polly, who you calling? You got friends over there in Atlanta. Who you calling?
I do. Oh, I got a friend. I'm calling her. I hope she had a big enough car. She's taking it. She's loading up all the product, and then I'm gonna get some of that because I have people who can use a lot of it on a daily basis.
Yo, Steve, I know you're in the DMV, but you gotta know somebody down in Georgia. Who you calling?
I got a whole chapter of Street Soldiers Motorcycle Club, Atlanta, Georgia, that I will be calling my fellow from the DC chapter. As my brothers down there in Atlanta, I'm calling them first, and then I will.
Yo, Jay, you calling somebody?
I got family in Atlanta. Shoot, you got a U-Haul that day. That day.
Yo, I need y'all to know. I looked at the video on social media of this, and it looks like exactly what we're talking about. People know. Just imagine if like something fell out the back of a money truck. People was like, okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I saw a bald head dude who ain't got no hair, but he was like, I can get some moisturizer. He was out there like everybody was getting it. So I just thought it was funny. I really like y'all's responses though. I didn't know I was gonna get that.
Hair care is pricey. That's valuable stuff right there.
I don't know why they shopping. I'd be out there. I'll take everything and sort it out later.
Yes.
That's how it would have gone down. I'm telling you, I'd have got a U-Haul that day. And I'd have been there like I own the stuff. Like, no. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, sir. No, this is mine.
He out there directing traffic. Hey, y'all picking that up?
Y'all go around. No.
Yep. Hey, what do you guys think of rural and underprivileged kids being tested in China to be their future Olympic athletes? So this is what China does. They measure their limbs of those kids, and they compare that to past champions, and they're looking at the kids for deformities, but the money that they will provide these rural and underprivileged kids will give their family a different way of life, 10 times the amount of money that they would normally have had. Are y'all okay with that? Polly, are you okay with that? You a mama. I know mamas think a different way, right?
It's China, so that's the step one. But I'm okay with the concept. If it's essentially you're giving an opportunity to people who really want that opportunity, and the benefit would mean a lot to them and their family, because I'm sure all those kids are trying to get out of that situation and then repay their parents, as many people here in the US try to do too, right? So, while measuring, and checking for deformities may not be something I would want to do, but I get the concept. Yeah, go for it.
Wow. Yo, Steve, what you okay with it, bro? You all right with them coming out to take measures?
Absolutely not. Listen, in the United States, we groom our kids professionally along the way, whether it's through club sports, through travel sports, we groom them through the process. It is a known fact that these other countries, particularly like Russia and China, they groom these kids from the beginning, but they become robots. Like, you take away this kid's life will now be an Olympic athlete. You're robbing that child of childhood. You're robbing that child of privileges they might not have otherwise. And I guarantee, because if you follow the Olympic, all the anti-doping stuff, they're going to get some stuff injected into them too. So while I agree with Polly's concept about you're giving an opportunity to these kids, absolutely not, just because you know that it's going to be some issues along the way, and it ain't going to be straight up. That's just
Coach. We got to get you last since you a coach. Yo, Daniel, you got 2 kids. I know you gonna give up your boy at least. Maybe you'll protect your girl, but you're giving up that boy. You down with it, ain't you?
Nah, man. I like Steve's response, but this sounds like a movie to me. Ain't it like 300, man? When they separate the kids and stuff. Like, man, that's just terrible, man. But like Polly Pocket said, it's China, man. Like, it doesn't surprise me, but I just, I've been around athletes my whole life. I've been an athlete my whole life, measuring limbs, measuring things like that. I would love to see the statistics behind this, because you can't measure heart, you can't measure passion, you can't measure skill set. Like, there's so much that goes into that it's beyond me that criteria would qualify somebody for that. So there's some unanswered questions for me there that I think you're setting your country up for failure if you go and jump off of those measurements and statistics alone. This is my 2 cents or my point of view.
Hey, I like it. Yo, Coach.
Yo, I think Steve's right, actually, because, there's so many intangible things about an athlete that their data would not just provide. But I also agree with Polly, and I want y'all to explain to me how that's any different than what we do now when we pass football players that shouldn't have gotten passed in grade school, when we get these kids into college and they've got a general education major, and they go to a 4-year program, and they leave a Division I school and can barely read and get CTE from playing football for the next 7 years. How is that any different than what we do here?
Dang,
that's a good point.
Not.
Coach.
Plus,
Dang, Coach. Right. They weren't ready for that.
D, you said that their smarts are also being tested, and presumably they're going to be put in environments that are not going to help them athletically, but educationally too, right? Because again, it's China. Isn't that still important to them, that level of education? So, just plus people judge what we might do to our kids here in the U.S. too, with all the nonstop sports and clubs and all the training. Like, in some way, that's a little can be some intense and extreme. So
Plus, Polly, you're right. There are so many kids here in Texas that I can look at their family genetically and be like, "Hey, man, Division I teammate in your future. Your father is 5'1" and he's 130 pounds. Your mother is 5 foot and she's 100 pounds soaking wet. There's no one in your family over 5'6". There's no Division I future in your life." And their parents are sending them to football camp after football camp after football camp all summer long. They ain't seen not nary one of their friends all summer long, right?
You ain't lying.
Bro, I'm telling you, their parents are driving them to a middle school 30 minutes away, because that leads into the high school they want their kid to go to play football.
Wait a minute. Coach, so hold on. I got to do this. Yo, Steve.
Yep.
How much taller than your dad are you?
I'm the tallest person in my family by far for multiple generations. I don't know what happened. Like, my dad's probably like
Coach,
5. My family is half. My dad's Chinese, so everyone's short, dude. I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1". I'm a giant among men in my family. So they're all 5'6", 5'7". I don't know what happened to me. My mom's white, so maybe that's the white side that crossed over. I don't know. But
is there anybody? Here's the thing, and you're right. Anything can happen. But yeah, I'm just here to tell you, when your son is 78 pounds in 8th grade, Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But coach, they live in Texas. It's Friday Night Light.
I get it, but that's my point. Is we don't do nothing different here. The only difference is there, China's spending the money. Here, it's us spending the money. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Yo, Daniel, I don't think you didn't get in on that, but come on, Dan. You played football, and you know there's some 5'1" dudes out there, and he thought he might be a tight end. What's going on there for the ninth grader that's 110 pounds?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say that sometimes, right? We play sports because it's a team sport. You build that confidence. You build that. It's not all about I'm just playing football because I want to get to the professional level or I want to get to the college level. There's other things that can be achieved. That's why I push my kids to play sports, because of the teamwork aspect of it, the camaraderie aspect of it, even just being competitive, right? What if you got this kid that's 5'1", but he's an athlete, he's competitive? I'll never take an opportunity away from a kid that wants to come out there and play, that's going to play. So I'm not the biggest guy. Damn it.
I think we still hear you. Well, no, it froze. It froze. Man, well, Daniel was dropping some logic there. I didn't even think about that point. That's a good point. What you say, Coach?
I can't argue with that point at all. And for that, it's not. You have to understand, in where I'm at, you can tell which kids are in it because they want to be in it, and which kids are in it because their mama is set to buy a couple of Gucci purses off them or thinks that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so Coach, to your point, since you were agreeing with Daniel, hopefully we can get him back before we go to the next topic. So, Coach, what about Steve shows up, dapped you up? Steve's prior Army, so y'all got a little kinship. He's a cool cat. You like this dude, but then Steve bring his son out, and his son don't like to even be touched. But Steve think you can teach his son how to wrestle. Coach. Do you have a conversation with Steve?
Should.
I'm dealing with that now. Here's the thing is, I'm not going to have that conversation unless the parent asks.
Oh.
If the parent comes to me and says, so what you think? We got a next state champ right here.
Yeah, you're not going to go out and tell that parent, hey, man, your kid's just probably not built for wrestling.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say that because of all the things that bro was saying about, hey, that's not the only reason you play the sport.
Yeah, that's true. I mean?
Okay.
You become a wrestler. I'm a wrestling coach, right? I want you to be a wrestling coach because it's incredible body control, because of the allegory to life. You have to face your problems in wrestling. You have to take them down. All of those other things, right? You have to be more prepared. I have to do my homework before I get to the competition. I can't cram for it. You know what I mean? It encapsulates every aspect of your life, to include your nutrition, how you eat. You have to get up every morning and weigh yourself. Like, those aspects of wrestling are things that are analogous to life. That's why I want you to do the sport. But if dad thinks you're the next Cael Sanderson and you can't hit a double leg, if dad asks me, I've got to tell dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got to, and I've had to do that before. I got a kid, I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a kid who's not on my team this year. And, dad was all about dad was a All-American at Penn State. Dad's brother was an All-American at Penn State. My son's going to be the next best thing. Well, your son broke his collarbone, according to his own personal assessment, 2 weeks into training. And then after that was perfectly content sitting out and never wanted to touch a mat again. Like, you can't
come air out of the balloon there.
Yeah, you can't come to me and say, well, hey, Texas isn't really big on wrestling, so how do you think he'll place in state? Because I'm going to tell you, he's never going to make it out of the district if he makes a varsity spot on my team.
I think there's a little more to peel back from that, though, from a human factors aspect. Is one, like, as a parent and as a human being, how can you not be so blind to the fact that maybe your kid's not suited for whatever, like for wrestling? Like, I get it. It probably happens. I want this kid to be my wife's a Division I soccer player. She played Division I soccer. All of our kids play soccer. They're pretty good. But if a coach would be like, you probably want to, hey, let's find a new sport. At some point, a parent has to understand that maybe he might be better at taekwondo. Maybe he might be better at a team sport, baseball. Maybe he might be better at something that doesn't require him to do as at tennis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you love your kids more than you love the idea of your kids. That's great. There are so many parents out here who love the idea of their kids more than they love their kids.
It's sad.
Oof.
It's sad.
That's just truth. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Deal with them all the time.
Oh man, that's sad.
Yeah, it is. Oh, hey, I like that one. That might have been my favorite topic. I got a couple more. I want to be respectful of y'all's time here. Steve's an hour behind us. He out there on the East Coast. Okay. Polly, do females look at dudes and think, I'm going to smash that?
If they're married, no. If they're single, they might.
Did you say I'm going to or I want to?
I'm going to.
Okay. Then her answer is
oh my God.
That's how me.
All right, next topic. No, next topic. Yo, Steve.
All married people, man. Come on.
I know. Yo, Steve, does her reply shock you?
I mean, a little bit, because as a guy, you always wonder what, guys, that's kind of, it's generic, right? But
right.
I think we're just wired that way a lot of times. But if I'm single, yes, I'll probably, vote yourself up, a little vote of confidence. It's just how we are. Right? I am always fascinated to wonder if girls think the same way that we do, because the perception, especially the public perception in America is, guys are dogs. I am pretty sure women say the same things. It's just not as broadcasted or projected as much.
They're smarter. They don't lead with it like we do. Okay, Coach.
They think we're the brain. That's why.
Coach, are you shocked by her answer? She's representing all ladies.
No, not at all.
You're not shocked.
I was supposed to be my wife's one night stand. They told her friends told her, you got to sleep with a black guy before you get married and whatever.
Yeah,
she did. She went black and never went back. That's how it works.
That's a great story, by the way. That is a great story.
Coach, that's the truth. That's how it happened. You saw me at a wedding. I had a fiance at the time, and she said at the wedding, she's like, yeah, it'll be him.
Oh man.
6 months later it was. And then 6 months after that, we were married. 17 years later.
Here we are.
All right. I'm gonna go back to to some news. There's this thing called Three Gorges Dam in China. It is so massive that it slowed down the rotation of the earth. Slowed it down. Coach, are you shocked by that?
No, because I read about it.
Yeah. That's intense. Polly, are you shocked?
Did those kids from the rural areas have anything to do with it?
She said they built that dam.
They built it for a workout. That was part of their workouts.
Yo, Polly, that's awesome. Yo, Steve, does that shock you? It's so massive.
That actually does shock me because body of water, tides, tides work. But I mean, in Abu Dhabi, they're making rain, right? They're legitimately making rain in Abu Dhabi, like scientifically making it rain whenever they want to. They have aircraft, they can produce rain cloud, like it. But the rain's okay. Changing the rotation of the earth, like that's a world problem. Like that has world implications.
I was more shocked that they could actually measure it. Not so much that it happened, but that we had the ability to actually measure it. That's what shocked me.
And attribute it to that thing specifically.
Yeah. That's what shocked me about the whole thing. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking about anything that anyone will actually be able to feel for the next 100,000 years.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll be 3 seconds in the next 150,000 years that we'll have to add on to a day, you know?
Yes.
But we could actually measure that and attribute it to that. That's kind of crazy.
I got to get to a little point of view. I'm going to start with you, Coach. Hey, Coach, you heard of Coach Prime. He's the most popular of all you coaches. Mm-hmm. At Colorado, they have their Instagram on the back of their jerseys instead of their names. What are your thoughts, Coach?
So here's the deal. I don't have to agree with it, but social media is becoming our own face. That's the reality of it. So if you do any type of job, if you look out in anything, you know, job applications didn't ask for, you know, I had Facebook when I was a kid, but job applications didn't ask for your Facebook information. But now they do. They ask for your Instagram. They ask for your LinkedIn. They ask for your, you know, if you have Facebook, they ask for all those things. And if you hand in an application and you don't, I'm talking about like to not, maybe not to work at McDonald's, but someplace significant. If you hand in something and you don't put down your information, that's grounds for you to be terminated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, if that's your new face, I don't have to agree with it. That's not that we are as a country accepting that as a reality. Yeah. He's just the first to go that direction.
Polly, you can go play football and be a Trojan at USC, or you can go be a Buffalo at Colorado, get that Insta on the back of the jersey. Where you going, girl? Would that sway you?
What's going to give me more NIL money?
There you go.
Oh,
I mean, I mean, how they spend it, I mean, that's a different story, but let them get the money that nobody else is going to pay them.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Slim, what you going to do? You want that jersey. You want that.
Well, I'm not the biggest fan of their approach. I'm kind of with Coach on this. So Deion took over a team that was 1-12. His whole job was to bring attention, attraction to that program. They won 4 games the next season, and people they want to go play now for him. And then what does that do? Like to Polly's point, it brings NIL money, it brings deals. So these kids need that exposure because college is a different landscape now. I'm so glad that the kids can get paid now because college is it's not about student athletes. It's a business for them. They don't care about the kids. They care about making money. So they have these kids get paid. Yeah, man, who cares? Do it. The traditionalists, the boomers are like, oh, you get your free scholarship. No, man, who cares? Like these kids can walk away with nothing. Let them get as much as they can while they can, because the system will throw them out the second they can't perform their duties anymore. So do it. Get it while you can, man. And if that requires you to put your Instagram on your back of your jersey and your TikTok on your forehead, hey, man, whatever you got to do.
Yep.
Yo, when I fought, we sold pieces on our shorts. Tell me how that's any different.
For sponsorships?
Tell me how that's any different.
They essentially rented your body to broadcast something. Yes. Yeah.
I'll never forget, I was fighting on a card and Grady Brewer, he won the first ever contender boxing thing, right? He wasn't even warming up. He had to get somebody airbrushed on his back.
Oh, yeah.
He had sold his back for like $25K.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So he's not even warming up for this fight. He's getting airbrushing on his back for $25K. And I was like, man, you know, but you pay me $25K, you want to airbrush my back? Okay.
I'll do whatever you want.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you my fee for $100K.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to talk. I feel like it's relationships. Okay. Ayesha Curry, did she arrive just in time to save Team USA? Let me just give you the background. Pre-Ayesha in Paris, in those 4 games, Steph Curry only averaged 7 points per game, and he only made 5 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Versus when Ayesha got to Paris, for those 2 games while she was there, the semifinal and the final, he went off for 30 points per game, and he hit 17 3-pointers. All right, of everyone here, let's start with the female opinion. Did the women come in to save the day there? Her going to see her man?
I mean, they have a newborn, so I think he was motivated by one or the other to just hurry up and score these points and win this medal, so I can go home and get some sleep.
Yeah, she said the realness. Yo, Steve.
Yes.
Did Ayesha Curry save us?
I think it's more of a basketball thing as opposed to the wife thing. So these players are great, right? But coach still has to put these guys on a rotation, and he was playing like 5 minutes in some cases early on, like 5 minutes a quarter. He's used to playing, 35 minutes a game out of 42. So no, it maybe, but I think it was more of a basketball thing as opposed to just the way the rotations worked. Not like Jason Tatum didn't even play towards the end of the game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and
Yes.
he's the daggone league MVP. So
Yeah.
I think they just started rotating him in more, and he started getting more looks more, and he started being more aggressive when he was in. And so I think it's a basketball thing, not as much as I would say, hey, baby, you did this, not me. But
Good. I'm glad you said that. So, Coach, that's why I wanted to come to you last. Coach, notice what he said there. He was a little more aggressive when his ladies in the stands. You're a fighter, a wrestler too. Hey, is it time to turn up for your lady? Is that something people of your ilk think of at that time?
I'm gonna be straight with you. So my senior year of high school, and speaking of this, after this, I got to run. I got one of my wrestlers just came over, and he's leaving for college tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, so I gotta say bye to him. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this. When I was wrestling my senior year of high school, my girlfriend, who became my fiance, then my ex-fiance, long story. Whenever she was in the stands, I never lost.
Oh,
she missed the state tournament and effed me up. And
bad juju.
Yeah.
In the stands, I never lost. She missed the beginning of the state tournament, and I missed my qualifier. So, you're probably right, Steve, on the timing. You know what I mean? That's the truth. That's the facts of it. But I will say, you see me coach, and every now and then I'll tell the kids, hey, right there, you put them down like this, and you look up in the stands at their girlfriend, and you go, it's something to be said about you ain't punking me in front of my lady, man.
Yeah.
You're not finna punk me in front of my lady. I'm gonna make you look stupid if you try and punk me in front of my lady.
I want to get a quick sentimental before you go, Coach. I'm sorry that we lost Daniel. Lady and gentlemen, thank you for supporting me over this last year. I would have started this years ago. I dragged my feet. You always say, well, it's not the right time, but you got to finally get in there and get it. Steve, you're my muse. I love your podcast. My family loves your podcast. The kids love watching it. You could judge me for letting them watch an adult pod, but whatever. Whatever. My dad let me watch R-rated movies. I'm all right. I watched Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme growing up. I turned out all right. I ain't killed nobody. But hey, so I want to say thank you. I want to thank everybody else who subscribes, that views, that hasn't followed me yet, but they look at my content. Appreciate that. Finally figured out a little bit of the algorithm on YouTube, Steve. So I'm improving over there. So I just want to say thank you to you all. As we call this the end of a night, we went just a little bit over. I wanted to keep it just about here. I only had about 2 or 3 more topics, but I am very happy with this. So thank you all. You guys have no idea. I mean, sometimes there are things that people want to do, and you may not know how much you empower and or help them. But every one of you and Daniel, y'all mean a lot to me, and I appreciate y'all helping me talking with Donato. I appreciate y'all helping me with that. So before we go, I just want to ask you one last thing. What's y'all's favorite podcast? So you see what I did? I did that for Steve. Steve's in a conundrum. No, I don't really need the answer. I just want to say thanks, everybody. And they might have any parting shots before we go. Anything you wanted to say we didn't cover? I don't want to leave you with some bullets in your pocket that you want to.
Be safe and stay healthy. Be safe, stay healthy.
Yo.
Enjoy your lives, everyone. It's crazy out there.
Appreciate everybody.
I'm trying to get her a Sotogari on point. Let's get this done.
And J-Lo, if you're watching this, hey, $200. Send you a picture of my feet.
You ain't getting my money.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.